lot of topics to look at. Plenty already coming in from the news, and we have quite a few on newspaper as well. I'll just go through some of them. Okay, so this one says, I remain loyal. Forgive me. Shuaibu begs Obaseki. That is on the Punch, which is interesting. I think I told us yesterday that I'm pretty sure next week we would have a solid conversation on this. But it's just quite difficult to get the right people to want to speak on it from Edo State. I was listening to the brother of the governor and the Obaseki and some of the comments that he was making about the situation. He was trying not to say too much because he's also a very close friend to Shuaibu. Anyways, that's on that one. If you go on still, you would find cybercrime threatening AU 2063 agenda, say stakeholders. You would find that also on the Punch. This one is interesting. Mohbad, Senate asks police to deepen probe. If you had listened to the news, you would have heard the spokesperson of the police command in Lagos and what he's saying about don't try to chase clout with this. Somebody's dead. It's similar to the situation in River State SP Bako. We hope the police are making progress. I saw on social media yesterday that some youths from Ekpeye would be protesting to protest today. I think today or tomorrow, I don't know. There's a protest as well for over his death, and they are protesting to the commissioner's office today. How that is going to play out. Well, we're going to follow up and bring you all the details as soon as it happens. We hope that the police will provide security and it doesn't turn into something else. When I saw that post, I was also thinking in that direction, that it's not hijacked, which is the that we usually hear when such protests happen. But the River State Police Command too should be doing a great job with bringing those that took the life of Bako to bring them to justice. And restore normalcy to all of the outer access. That's on one side. So, that's on one side. For Mohbad, there's also there's been protests happening, candlelight procession as well happening. Oh, this is it. It has become how we express ourselves. Protest. I searched hashtag SP Bako online, and I was shocked to see that. We already have this happening. We'll open the phone lines and get your thoughts on this. It's deep, it's painful, but this is what it is. Open the phone lines. 0809 030 6416 is the WhatsApp number. So send your messages. Again, I don't know if the I cannot confirm, or like I told you guys. The police. Okay, 0809 030 6416. That is the WhatsApp number. 0809 030 6416. That's the number to send your WhatsApp messages to. You can call us on 0817 923 0003. 0817 923 0003. Another one says Mohbad sympathizers dispersed with tear gas at Lekki Toll Gate. Aha! I've said it all as if I knew when I was talking about the protest for Bako in River State today. I'm saying this one. You've seen tear gas have been deployed Lekki Toll Gate again. Remember 2020 October. You remember that? So let's see how this plays out. And again, if that protest for Bako is holding, we hope that we would have the police involved, so that we are sure that we don't have breakdown of law and order. I'm pretty sure our correspondents would also have gotten a wind of that information and would be following up. But on the Punch, you would see this: Mohbad sympathizers dispersed with tear gas at Lekki Toll Gate. And it brings me to, I remember my conversation with some people, some of the youth from Ekpeye, who talked about how they're even being called to cancel their protest. Oh, well, let's go to the phone lines. Lugard is in Echie. Lugard, good morning. Hello, Lugard. Yes, straight to the point, please. Are you hearing me? Yes, we can hear you clearly. Straight to the point, please.
Yes, Andrew, I want to say that the FCT court in Abuja, Federal High Court, that granted that request of PDP, for me, is very unfortunate. You see, that is why the problem we're having in this country is judiciary. The judiciary is telling us this morning that PDP in the state did not play anti-party activities. I don't just get it. That is why they are running from pillar to post, running one court to another, securing court injunction from the national party from dissolving them. Well, I'm watching. Finally, this morning, the FCT minister revoking some properties. No one, he has said it earlier that he will step on so many persons' toe. You see why they send you to Abuja? This is exactly what you did in River State here. Render so many persons homeless, and you have taken it to Abuja. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Thank you, Luga.
All right, Luga, thank you. But let me just correct you quickly. The lands that were retrieved are not places where people stay. These were lands that were purchased by companies and individuals and the rest of them, but have not been developed. And it's been there for a couple of years, I don't know how long. And that's the reason why it's revoking the ownership and saying if you're purchasing these properties, then develop them in a space of this time. Don't just buy them and keep them. That's what that particular story is about. I just wanted to clarify so you understand. Good news in Mouth 3. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
All right, go on, good news.
Let me continue with the development of the recruitment, the change of revocation of property by former governors of the FCT minister. If you look critically for those City, he was attacking mainly opposition members. I heard the name of Isaiah, one of leadership newspaper. I heard the name of P2P. These are mainly why he was revoking, so that it would affect just the way he did River State and attack the oppositions. When Oyemburu turn by turn, that's my issue this morning. It's about the recruitment, the kind of worker working in River State. They sent through SMS. How can you tell us that you want to do unemployment in River State and you are sending SMS to selected few? Nobody knows how they come about those SMS messages. Why not make it open? You open. Now, if you allege that they are giving the recruitment, the employment to their cronies, their girlfriends, their children, would they say we are lying? No, because if you have something in your mouth, you don't keep your mouth as if you have something in your mouth. Make it public. Let everybody see the way and manner those persons should have sent SMS. And finally, this one, Bako, who are those persons that are trying to reach those issues not to protest? And why is the police not pushing seriously on the issue of Bako? What is actually going on? The people should remember that Bako was a policeman. Today he's dead. Anything can happen to him too. The way you treat some may be treated that way to you. My name is Good News from Port Harcourt.
All right, Clinton is in Bori. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, I want to say as a River son that the River State recruitment process has been very fraudulent and very political. Andrew, when you go for an exam, I believe you expect a result. And this process now, we wrote a test online, of which some of us performed wonderfully, and we can't really ascertain the names of those that have been selected for physical verification. And I wonder how the River State government was able to arrive at the persons that they've selected. Because it calls for concern, because they need to be transparent enough for us to know that they're actually doing the right thing. Currently now, they are doing physical verification based on text messages that we don't even know the faces of those that are verifying. Andrew, it's very unfortunate. Then on the principals that have been suspended, Andrew, I think they ought to stop collection of uniform fees. Allow the parents to get uniforms for their wards. If they bring the wrong uniform to school, you send them away. That's what you should do. Because this money that they are taking now is causing noise in the media. And now they will use as scapegoats. They should stop this, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Temple in Rumumasi. Temple, good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Femi Andrew.
You're welcome.
Wishing you a blessed weekend.
All right, go ahead.
I think if the introduction of this fuel subsidy will help the Nigerian masses, whether the government want to do it secretly or whether they want to do it oppositionally, as we await when the refineries will kickstart, I think it will help us a whole lot of good. And I appeal to them to start the implementation with immediate alacrity. The very distinguished Femi Andrew, I think I want to also appeal to their land has been revoked. Because as far as I'm concerned, there are processes in getting this land. And people cannot think that they can follow crooked way in acquiring land. I think for me, what the governor has done, provided it is within the ambit of the law, I will say it's a welcome development. As I appeal to the principals, this issue of collecting money, the very distinguished Femi Andrew, there is no government-owned schools that have a customized school uniform. There is no government-owned schools. You can hear, building levy in schools. You can hear children to pay, for desk. Are they supposed to provide chair? Are they supposed to pay 5,000 or 10,000 for chair? Principals, you stop these things. We will continue to name them as the government continue to shame them if they refuse to stop. Thank you.
All right, Temple, thank you. But as the government shames them, let the government also ensure that it is providing adequately. That is what gives you the right and power to stand with your chest and shame who is doing the wrong thing, because you have done the right thing. And also because the right thing has not been done should not encourage the wrong thing to be done. All right, so it's both ways. Akanto is in Bori. And quickly again, I think for the FCT thing, it should be said that we do not know whether those areas where those lands are bought, there is certain. I used to make an example with Bayelsa. I think the Melford Okilo Expressway, if I'm not mistaken. But I know that the idea, the plan at the time was to have high-rise buildings, so not lower than a story or two-story buildings. And then, so if you are purchasing properties there, that's what you are told. And you would now have a time frame that we don't want you to buy it and keep it fallow for years. Whether it's same thing in the FCT, in those areas where these people purchase properties, the Julius Bergers, I think some companies were even mentioned, as well as individuals that purchased properties in those certain areas and districts in the capitals, nation's capital. So if that was the case, if that was not the case, what could be the grounds for retrieving that property? Akanto is in Bori. Good morning.
Good morning, my friend. And how are you this morning, sir?
Very fine, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, could I react on the Federal High Court in Abuja judgment restraining the PDP not to dissolve the River State Executive Council. I think this is a welcome development considering the huge contribution of Rivers PDP, men and women of PDP to the development and the growth of national PDP. I think what we should build ourselves for, we should build for 2027 elections. And there are some critical stakeholders who have stabilized the PDP that will play a pivotal role in 2027 elections. And finally, the protest against the SP Bako, I have said it before and I will continue to say it. For this issue not to sweep under carpet, people, the police hierarchy should sweep into action to arrest those people who are, not only to arrest, to prosecute them and to kill those people who are involved in the killing of this police officer. I have said it last week that I can mention some people who Nigeria police have been declared wanted years back, and today they are on the streets. Nigeria government are giving them money, giving them food, and the two Baba have also been declared recently. I am suspecting that in the next few months to come, this man will be on the street walking, and the government will be giving so much money and interest. So for now, they should get all those who involved. Either they are politicians, either they are traditional rulers, get them smoke out.
All right. Thank you very much, Akanto. Let's go to Uche Kedinechie. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Yes, let's look at police say they are patiently waiting for the results or outcome of Mahmoud autopsy. My advice goes to police and the health personnel this morning. Please and please again, they should give us whatever thing they saw or they got from that result. And while they are patiently waiting, I am also patiently waiting. At the same time, urging and appealing Mohbad's fans, to please remain calm, pending the outcome of the autopsy test or results. I'm also appealing to police to treat whatever being the outcome appropriately. If anyone finds guilty should be treated according to the law. Then court stops PDP National Working Committee from dissolving Rivers State PDP on allege of anti-party. I want to ask Atiku, was he not alleged of anti-party during the last concluded election? Let me keep that question for him to answer. And I commend court for their bold stand.
Right,
then finally, please, as and when the attempts, clear reasons behind collection of money in government schools. I heard something like beret being given to the students. I heard something like school uniform, pullover, stockings, and shoes. First of all, I want to ask a question. Were all those things made available as a result of free education in school? If no, I believe the Rivers State government should go beyond taking action on air. Rather, they should go through investigation. They should investigate all those things. And if all those monies are being collected unnecessarily, I believe sacking or discipline the principal should be in order. But where all these things are not made available, it is either the parents will be asked to provide it themselves or the principal to be providing it themselves. So that we have a better
thank you very much. All right, we have Ida and an anonymous caller. So we'll just take a few headlines first before we get onto that one. Fresh strike looms as NLC's ultimatum expires today. You would find that on the Vanguard. Blue economy, NIMASA to invest in R&D, JAMO. This one says CBN postpones September 2023 MPC meeting. Mobad, police exhume corpse, conduct autopsy. Well, I think we talked a lot about that. And Osho, the Apapa gridlock holds Lagos government, police, others responsible. PSTT. Ejike was mentioning my conversation with the Eze yesterday, Bekweleweli. I think if you followed some of the things he said was, well, there were other things though that I have also found out in some schools. There are schools that are in very bad conditions. There are even roads that lead to schools that are bad, that we think it takes a very holistic approach. It's like the refinery where we're working on the refinery, but the road that leads to the refinery is very bad. There are some schools in these states, in Aoda, in Echie, where there are bushes, like there's no road. Like you'd have to walk through bushes, grass to get to the school, which in its own self is not in a good condition. All right. So you begin to ask questions like, oh, what are the local government council chairmen doing? The school supervisors in those local government councils area, what are they doing? What are they doing? Can something not be done by the council chairman to say, how would a school get bad to this point, or a road that gets bad to the point where not much is? I think we really need to have a detailed explanation about this. I saw a picture as well, people complaining about a road in Echie yesterday, or Dagwa Road, and I saw the picture and it was really bad. Odagwa Olakwa Road. When I saw it and I said, oh, I see why some people call me in the morning and say, oh, the government has not done anything in Echie. Oh, the government has not done anything in Echie. But then the government might not have done everything, but then people feel a certain way when there are certain important things that should be done that have not been done. And the picture of that road was very bad. And I think I even have to tell the person the message. I would have to visit. I will go there myself and look at it eye to eye and understand what's happening. We need to begin to hold our leaders accountable. We need to begin to do that. Plenty of messages that we have to take. We'll wrap up with Ida and the anonymous caller, and then we take some of your messages on WhatsApp and Facebook. Good morning, Ida from Nkoro. Good morning to you.
Yeah, Andrew, thank you. First of all, I want to thank the Federal High Court for the judgment. You see, PDP under Sim and Wike is intact. We don't play anti-party. Even when they invite Signi Bara in your studio yesterday when Kalada was interviewing him, he spoke very, very well. I don't know the people that play anti-party. It's Atiku, Pam that play anti-party. PDP, all of us voted. We never go anywhere to say vote for APC. We don't campaign. I believe we are in Rivers State. We didn't hear anybody. We vote our conscience, which we know we have to hold the middle so that the middle will help the head in Rivers State. That's what we did. We don't play anti-party. We don't play anti-party. Even when he was going for medicine, he wrote for ward chairman, party chairman, his governor, and national chairman. They say, okay, go and take that position. We can go and take that position. We just not go there to take position like that. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Right. Thank you very much. And then anonymous. Okay. It's anonymous. Either ways. Messages on Facebook Live. Good morning, Andrew. The ongoing employment process in the state is not transparent at all. Those receiving text, it's either you pay or you are nominated. May God help us. So, Evastin Legbara. Like I said, we're still looking deep into this. But then the commissioner said there was a process of people that passed. Those were the people that were now selected, and those messages were sent to. So how did we know the people that passed is the question many are asking. NLC should shut down the nation if Tinubu is Nicodemously paying subsidy. Ogu Ojone Justice. All those loyal to FCT minister are playing anti-party and should be removed from the PDP now. Clever Sonny sent that one in. Another person says, Lorenzo Delight says, whatever we are passing through due to subsidy will only end if our refineries start working. Police should do what? Thoroughly investigate the cause of Mohbad's death. Anyone involved should face the law. I think, don't you think it's interesting that, all right, on WhatsApp, this one says, U.S. warns citizens of traveling to Nigeria. Is it not the same U.S. the President Tinubu rang bell in NASDAQ inviting investors? I was about to say the same thing too. The president was, and he's still there. The president is still there, and this advisory is already coming out. So, Onyekachi Anunobi Casey, I don't know what I would say. Okay. Oh, this one says, I like to take this. It's interesting. It says, I'm a wiki apologist. What else again? The retrieval of lands legally acquired by notable Nigerians. What's on Melody? I think you'd have to understand how these things work. Perhaps you go study more. When you read more, study more, and have proper understanding of it, then you make a point. Like we've said, we do not know what those particular areas where those lands were bought, what was the conditions. There are areas you buy land and they tell you between so time to so time, develop it. Do not keep it fallow. Develop it, and this is the kind of structure we want in these areas. Now, whether that, so your job or the job we have is to figure out whether that was the kind of arrangement that was held in those areas. If that was it, then is the FCT minister within his rights to retrieve the property back from those who purchased it? Because the question will be asked is, they paid, they had their documents and all of that, so why? But this is what it is. I was trying to give an example with what is in Bayelsa. Unfortunately. Good morning, Andrew. Should the schools stop functioning till government provides marker, petrol to pump water, etc., etc.? I don't know what to say to that, my brother. Like I said, you cannot do the wrong thing because the right thing has not been done. And before you punish somebody for doing the wrong thing, do the right thing. Good morning.
Wetin you dey find for Sokoto? E don dey your domot o. Unique Company Limited na the